Welcome back to Browshonomics, and gosh, the real estate market, it is tough to just find that perfect house, but there's still a lot of reasons that you still may want to consider buying now, or if you're not thinking about it, there's a lot of reasons you may want to talk to people who've at least talked about it. Danny Fung joins us, realtor with John L. Scott, and one of the top performing agents in the area. Hello, Danny.
How you doing? Good,
man. How are you?
Great. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, my pleasure. Did you get to go out wakeboarding this morning?
I did. I was jealous.
I know. I think we got to hook up with Marcel more in the mornings and go run around like that. Well, let's get into this because just like you talked about, it is a little tougher to buy a house right now. There's no doubt, but that doesn't mean it's not a good time to go buy one, does it?
Correct. Yep.
Tell us why.
Well, right now the inventory is low, and the interest rates is actually
even lower.
Yeah. It's down to 3.5%. Hasn't been like this in 30 years, and buyers can actually choose a neighborhood that they always want to be in, or school district for their kids.
Mm-hmm. And so it's that affordability, I guess, is what you're getting at of certain areas, and sometimes if that's what you want, it's affordable now.
Yeah, you can actually find something in Seattle that's affordable.
Yeah. We do it a lot when we look at, like, say, the rent versus buy comparisons on the financial side. With rents going up, too, if somebody doesn't buy now, that rental factor, all of a sudden can be vastly more expensive in 3 or 4 or 5 years than the purchase price that's fixed on a 30-year loan.
That's right. Like you said, rent is going up. We're seeing people's mortgages less than what they're paying for rent.
Yeah.
So, it's a great opportunity out there right now for them.
Well, when you start thinking about that home buying process, that first piece is kind of stomaching the fact that it's not going to go perfect.
Yeah.
Right? Isn't that kind of that first piece you got to work with people on is, all right, we're going to drink the Kool-Aid a little bit here, and it's not going to taste that good. It's more like taking the medicine than drinking the Kool-Aid to go out and then to get that property.
It's a little scary for the first process, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think if you have a good lender in hand, a good real estate agent, they can guide you in the process and make things a lot smoother for everybody. And staying in communication with everybody is a key.
Yeah, definitely. And so when you start talking about communication,
yeah,
in fact, Benjamin talked about it a little bit earlier, this communication within your clients, helping them understand what's going on in the market and on a consistent level. It's not just when you're out looking at houses. People are hungry for information. Do you see that same thing?
Oh, yeah. If you communicate with them every single day on what the market's doing, and, when you see something that just can't, first hit the market, they want to know right away. So you got to get out and reach out to them and say, hey, this one just came on the market. We got to go see this today.
And do they do that?
Oh, yeah. If they're motivated, they're going to go out there with you.
Yeah.
They'll leave work and go out there and,
clock in, clock out.
Yeah. Or go on their lunch break or something, right?
Yeah.
Because, after they get off work, the property might not even be there anymore.
That's incredible. That to me would be, as a new buyer, that would be daunting, knowing that I may have to go out,
yeah, leave
work, and then decide on buying a house or not.
Yeah.
Like on lunch.
Yeah.
That's a lot to stomach at lunch.
Well, if you don't, you're going to miss the house.
Yeah.
It reminds me when I first started selling real estate in 2005. There's a line on the weekends to go look at properties now. One agent after another.
You need like VIP access, man.
That's right.
You just cruise right in, and then you be in good place.
That's right.
So what shift has really occurred then this year, and how's it affecting buyers?
It's the banks, the low inventory, the low interest rate. It's creating, buyers to really come off the fence, especially in the summer market.
Yeah, and so there's just lots of buyers.
Lots of buyers.
And I guess that is the market. I guess you talk about lineups and in front of houses or whatnot. It's almost, you think about like a market in like Morocco, right? Where just people are, I don't know why I picked Morocco. I've never been to Morocco, but I've seen pictures. And it seems like it's like this chaos, right? There's just people in the market. Is Morocco the right idea there?
That sounds about right, though.
Moroccan markets, aren't they famous for like big crazy markets? Nobody knows here. Everybody's giving me that.
I've been there, but
is it crazy? You know what I'm saying? It's big, crazy market where everybody's, selling stuff and buying, and that's kind of the frenzy that it seems like in the real estate market, if I'm picking the right market of Morocco.
No, you are. I agree.
So what do people do? I mean, you have to get heard. You go through this process, and so what does it take to buy in this market?
I would say, first of all, get clear on what you want. The kind of house you want, the kind of, the style of home you want, and obviously get approved. You got to get approved.
Pre-approved for that house.
Pre-approved for that house.
Yeah. When you say get clear, what does that mean?
Getting clear, figure out, how many bedrooms and bathroom you want, how many square foot, what areas you want to be in, how close you want to be to work, stuff like that.
And so do you help somebody through that? Because I know a lot of people just come in and they're like, hey, I just want to buy a house.
Yeah.
And how do you help somebody get clear?
So, we sit down with them and we say, okay, what's important to you? What are the 3, 4, 5 things that are important to you? We want to
And I would say, I got kids, so I want to go to good schools, and they need bedrooms.
And how many bedrooms do they need?
One each.
One each. So you have how many kids?
Well, one.
Okay, so you'd be okay with 2, right? Unless you're having more kids.
Maybe, all right.
Stuff like that.
Okay. So, these are these questions that people have to go through, and then they can get clear. And I guess that's what allows them to kind of make that quick jump, right?
Exactly.
If they truly understand what they want, and then they see something that fits that mold, that's what allows them to buy a house at lunch.
Exactly. Because they know what they want.
A lot of work on the front end.
Yeah, a lot of work on the front end before you go out there.
And so, okay, so if somebody gets clear, what about a seller? Sellers, do they need to get clear on what they want out of a sale?
Well, in a seller standpoint, they have to be number one in condition in this market. Because if it's not a turnkey ready home, a lot of buyers don't want to spend that money. They just want to buy something that's move-in ready, looks good, and priced right.
And so when you say condition and turnkey, what's the biggest, what are the top, if I say I have kids, as a buyer, I'm getting clear by saying I need a school district, I need a certain amount of bedrooms, and my wife needs a walk-in closet. She loves when I say that, and she's listening. But you, as a seller, are getting clear on some different items, right? Mm-hmm. What are the items that a seller needs to be clear on?
Well, as in the house, you mean?
Yeah, is it quick? How fast they need to sell? Is it how much money they maybe can or can't put into it?
Yeah. So it's really based on their motivation, because their motivation is going to dictate the price. Because if they're motivated, they're going to price their home to sell, and it just matter of how many days they want to be on the market. And the average time right now in King County is probably less than 40 days on the market.
That's that's fast.
And last year was like 90 days.
And when you say days on market, is that just days from it going on the market until it goes pending or until it closes?
Days from it goes on the market until they actually get an offer.
And so that's 30 to 40 days. Aren't things happening faster than that in a lot of places?
Yeah. And
you see average days on market, but it seems like it's faster than 30 to 40 days.
Well, I'm talking overall King County.
Uh-huh.
But if you're looking probably in Seattle, you're probably looking less than 2 or 3 weeks.
It's insane. 2 to 3 weeks.
But it got to be in good condition.
Yeah. So that's the big point, is making it turnkey and having that condition.
Correct.
And then it sells in 2 to 3 weeks. Well, that sounds like an easy thing to do.
With multiple offers, too.
With multiple offers, more than you even thought you were going to get.
That's right.
Well, right on, man. Well, it sounds like a pretty good way to go if you are considering selling, and you are clear that you do want to sell, and you can make sure it's in a good, in the right condition. Then you really put yourself in a position to capture the hundreds of buyers that seem to be out there from Amazon and all the other companies that are hiring around here. Well, thanks, man. Well, hey, we'll be right back after this break. Danny Fung with John L. Scott will stick around along with Marcel Dolak and Benjamin Morton. We're going to discuss more about the real estate market, get some more of everybody's ideas. We'll be right back.